Welcome to Comfort Habit number 2. Okay, so this video is going to be a stretch and a dose of reality or not, depending on what you choose to believe. So this came across my FYP on TikTok about parallel universes, and it has come to my attention that this has not just come across my TikTok more than one time. Alright, so I'm going to take a stretch. And I don't want to get locked up in shady acres, but I do believe that the Mandela Effect is real. I also believe that I am either a victim of the Mandela Effect, or it's highly possible that I have shifted universes. Now, you ain't got to believe that shit, but I can tell you for a fact that if I haven't shifted universes, then I am a victim of the Mandela Effect. Now, let me explain why I'm doing this. One, there were some stories that came across my FYP, and about maybe 50% of people believe that they have shifted into alternate universes or alternate timelines. So, we're going to get this thing going here. The Mandela Effect.
According to Medical News Today, the Mandela Effect is a phenomenon in which a person or a group of people have false or distorted memories.
Okay, so you heard that. False or distorted memories. The next thing I say is going to be very important, so please pay attention. What year did Freddie Mercury die?
Freddie Mercury died on November 24th, 1991.
Okay. And this is why I say that I'm a victim of the Mandela Effect, or I shifted universe. When I was younger, and I don't care what anybody says, again, this is why I'm seriously believing that I'm a victim of the Mandela Effect, or I shifted universes. When I was younger, because I was in high school in 1991, Freddie Mercury was dead long before I got into high school. What year did Freddie Mercury die?
He died on November 24th, 1991.
So, November 24th, 1991. You heard it, say it twice. What year did Flash Gordon come out?
In the United States of America, Flash Gordon came out on December 5th, 1980.
Okay, got that. What year did Freddie Mercury do the soundtrack for Flash Gordon?
The initial release date of Flash Gordon was December 8th, 1980.
Uh-huh. And then I got Hot Space in 1982. What year did Freddie Mercury get diagnosed with AIDS?
According to Stacker, 1987, HIV diagnosis. Mercury chose to keep his HIV diagnosis a secret for years.
Okay. Now I'm about to fuck y'all up. When 1987 came out, G.I. Joe the movie was out. Freddie Mercury was long dead, from what I remember. Okay? Proving that I am either suffering from the Mandela Effect, or my concussions have kicked in, or I have shifted timelines and universes. Now let me explain that, because what year did the animated G.I. Joe the movie come out?
The release date of G.I. Joe, the movie, was April 18th, 1987.
Okay. If I was born in 1973, how old was I in 1987? Yeah, I figured that shit wouldn't work. It's telling me I have to calculate that shit. Okay, we can do that. Because I totally fucking suck at math, so why not? 87 minus 73. I was 14. Alright, now check it out. What year did the first Transformers animated movie come out?
In the United States of America, The Transformers, the movie, was released on August 8th, 1986.
Okay. What year did Stan Bush sing the soundtrack for Transformers the movie?
According to Wikipedia, Bush submitted a different re-recorded version of the song from his album In This Life for the 2007 live-action Transformers film, but it was not included on the final soundtrack. He later recorded another version, subtitled Sam's Theme, for possible inclusion in the 2009 sequel Revenge of the Fallen.
Yeah. What year did the group Lion sing the soundtrack for Transformers the movie?
1986. According to Wikipedia, Lion was an American rock band, best known for the theme song in the Transformers, the movie, 1986, their debut song, Love is a Lie, in Friday the 13th, the final chapter, and their songs Never Surrender, and Power Love, in The Wraith.
Okay. See, a lot of people don't remember the group Lion, but I do. Now, why are all those significant? Because I swear to God, I remember Freddie Mercury dying at 84 or 82. Now, I don't know if anybody else out here watching this. I do not want to be arrested. I do not want to be locked up in Shady Acres. But I remember in 1982, when I was like maybe 11 or 12 years old. Let's find out, because I suck at math. So in 82, I was 9. Alright? In 83, I was 11. In 84, I was 11. What the fuck? Okay, it says I was 11. So how the hell? Something went wrong with this calculator. Okay, it says 9 at 82. How the hell did I go to 11? Okay, I must have hit 74. So I was 10 in 83. Damn, that should have been common. I was born in 73. That's only 10 years. Before Transformers and G.I. Joe the movie came out. The cartoon ones. 1991, I was in high school. Freddie Mercury was long dead before I hit the 9th grade. So therefore, either I am a victim of the Mandela Effect, or I have been shifting universes. Funny thing, the other day, something funky happened to me when I went to go get my pneumonia shot. I got my height tested or whatever. When I went there, I was 5'4". When I came home and re-measured myself with this tape measure, I was back to 5'3". So, and a half. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I just want to point this out that I believe the Mandela Effect is real. I cannot prove that I have shifted universes. I also know that I've had at least 3 concussions in my life, maybe 4, because memories do get affected by concussions. I know my first one, I was in the 5th grade. I remember Coach Bean carrying me to the nursery. I remember me and Miss Early smacking foreheads. And I woke up in the nursery, but I could feel myself floating, and everybody told me it was Coach Bean. I remember later that night telling my mother that I was Christopher fucking Columbus. Okay? So therefore, I remember that shit. Just like I remember Freddie Mercury dying before 86. Now, clearly when I Googled it, and we'll do it again, what year did Freddie Mercury from Queen die?
Freddie Mercury died on November 24th, 1991.
Okay. That's like 8 or so plus years after I said that I believed that he died. I also remember, what year did Inspector Gadget come out?
In the United States of America, Inspector Gadget was released on July 23rd, 1999.
What year did Inspector Gadget the cartoon come out?
1983. According to Wikipedia, the original animated television series in the franchise, Inspector Gadget, debuted in 1983 and introduced audiences to the adventures of a clumsy, simple-witted bionic detective named Inspector Gadget, a human being with various bionic gadgets built into his body.
Yeah. And I remember that coming out. And I would watch it. What year did the Bionic 6 come out?
1987. According to some information I found on...
Yeah, save it. Anyway, in those years, I remember Freddie Mercury being deceased. I remember my dad telling me about AIDS. So again, I believe I'm a victim of the Mandela Effect. Or, if at all possible, I've shifted universes, but I'm the only one who remembers that Freddie Mercury died in the 80s and not the 90s. So, I don't believe in glitches in the Matrix. I know that natives have certain powers or whatever. I do believe in alternate timelines. I do believe in switching universes, and nothing is impossible. I also believe that the Manhattan Project was real, but they made a movie about that, so you guys want a reference, there you go. I also seen a movie called Apex or some shit where the dude kept traveling through time, and then he met himself, and he was going to travel in time, try to correct it, but he stopped himself from traveling in time, and he touched himself, and he stopped himself. He pushed him over. He said, don't do it. And then he faded into dust. And so apparently he fixed the problem so that the problem would never happen. Let me see if I can find the name of this movie. What is the name of the time traveler who stopped himself from traveling through time?
The Grandfather Paradox.
Nope, not
According
that one.
to Wikipedia, the name comes from the paradox's description. A person travels to the past and kills their own grandfather before the conception of their father or mother, which prevents the time traveler's existence.
I haven't seen The Grandfather's Paradox. Sounds cool. But that's not it. I believe the name of the movie was Apex the Time Traveler. 1994, Richard Keats. Let me see if that's it. I can tell you in a minute.
Any customized car insurance from
Have a YouTube commercial.
Paid for what they need.
Stars Richard Keats, though. I'm gonna have to Google his name to see what he looks like.
This price for avocados?
For the love of God.
Lidl must have reduced overheads. They train
10
exotic
seconds.
birds to smuggle avocados straight from the tropics.
While I'm still young, machine. Yep, I believe this is it. Okay. This is it.
We are talking Apex. This one is directed by Philip J. Roth,
So in this movie,
who also co-wrote this movie. And this is a 1994
that
film
nerdy guy right
that
there.
stars Richard Keats and Mitchell Cox, and is a Terminator-esque robotic combat movie with time travel. There you go.
So you guys can go watch that. Any freaking how. In this movie, he winds up meeting himself and stopping himself. Future him and past him somehow will wound up merging at the end or something. Spoiler alert, I'm sorry. But it's a very good movie. You should probably go check it out. But that is one of the things that made me think about the Mandela Effect. It's one of the things that made me think about alternate timelines. And the other day, I felt like a certain body-shifting vibration thing, and nothing has changed. Especially since Freddie Mercury died in 1991. So, I'm also a big-time X-Men fan. And I know my imagination doesn't run away with me that fucking much, but for Freddie Mercury to die in 1991, but me to believe and remember that he died in 84 or 86. So, let's find out if Robert Hinckley, what year did he shoot the president? Let's find out. To make sure I'm not freaking crazy. He shot Ronald Reagan, by the way. What year was Ronald Reagan shot the first time?
According to simple Wikipedia, the assassination attempt on Ronald Reagan happened on Monday, March 30th, 1981, 69 days after becoming president.
Okay.
Ronald Reagan was leaving after a speaking engagement at the Washington Hilton Hotel in Washington, D.C. As Reagan left to enter his car, John Hinckley Jr. fired his gun.
What year was the second Reagan assassination attempt?
Here is information from Wikipedia.
Yeah, I was hoping you would just tell me because you're a machine. All right, because I believe James Brady took that second round. When did James Brady get shot?
According to Wikipedia,
Okay, he took the
shooting
first shot.
on March 30th, 1981, 69 days into his presidency, Ronald Reagan and his cabinet members and staff, including Brady, were leaving the Washington Hilton Hotel when a gunman opened fire.
How many times has Ronald Reagan been shot at?
According to Simple Wikipedia, 22 long rifle blue steel revolvers 6 times in 1.7 seconds. 5 out of the 6 shots missed the president.
Yeah, no shit. What are the 2 years that Ronald Reagan was attempted to be shot by? Because I know he got attacked more than once. Okay, maybe I'm not asking the right questions. How many times has Ronald Reagan been assassinated at? That didn't come out right.
According to Simple Wikipedia, 22 long rifle blue steel revolvers 6 times in 1.7 seconds.
Yeah.
5 out of the 6 shots missed the president.
Okay.
The first bullet hit White
Shut
House
up.
Press Secretary James Brady in the head.
How many attempts were made on Ronald Reagan's life in the 80s?
Here is some information for how many times was President Reagan shot? Here's a summary from Wikipedia. Believing he would never get a better chance, assumed a crouch position and rapidly fired a Rome RG 14.22 LR blue steel revolver 6 times in 1.7 seconds, missing the president with all 6 shots.
I swear that they tried to attack him twice. Okay. Why was the main character of The Greatest American Hero name changed?
Here's a summary from MeTV. The hero's name was changed because of an attempted presidential assassination. The mild-mannered alter ego of our hero is a public school teacher named Ralph Hinckley. The producers quickly changed the character's name to Ralph Hanley, though it eventually reverted back to Hinckley.
Yeah, because of the president shot. See, I remember that. But I swear that Reagan also got, let me find out if he got attacked in his second presidency, because, you know, it's Google. Was there assassination attempt on Reagan in his second presidency? Ronald Reagan in 81. 81. I swear it's not saying that there was another one. It's only giving me 81. But I swear I remember that Ronald Reagan had 2 assassination attempts. What year did the Challenger rocket blow up?
1986. According to Britannica, Challenger disaster, explosion of the U.S. Space Shuttle orbiter Challenger, shortly after its launch from Cape Canaveral, Florida, on January 28, 1986, which claimed the lives of 7 astronauts.
I'm definitely a victim of the Mandela Effect, unless I'm sliding through universes. I swore they blew up in 1985, the same year as freaking Back to the Future came out. What year did Back to the Future come out?
In the United States of America, Back to the Future was released on July 3rd, 1985.
See what I mean? I remember the Challenger blowing up in 1985. I specifically remember that because I was in Miss Conrad's class, the same woman who made me find out about myself being Native American, as well as black and white. And we were all in her classroom. And we watched that shit on TV. Blow the fuck up. So unless I'm a victim of the Mandela Effect, unless my concussions are kicking in to overdrive, then I'm either shifting timelines or I'm a victim of the Mandela Effect. But I remember 1985. And I remember sitting in that classroom in 1985. And I remember that Challenger blowing the fuck up. And let me see. What is the average age of the average 5th grader?
According to Wikipedia, in the United States, the 5th grade is the 5th and last school year of elementary school in most schools. Students are usually 10 to 11 years old unless the child has been held back or skipped a grade.
Okay. Now, it's 1986, right? So let's find out. How old was I in 1986? 86 minus 73. I was 13. There was no way I was 13 in the 5th fucking grade. Okay? Now, 85 minus 73. And that says I was 12, which would be accurate because I failed the 4th grade. Now y'all tell me what the fuck is going on. But I remember I was in Miss Conrad class in 1985 when that fucking ship blew up. I'm sorry for no disrespect to the families of the people who lost in the Challenger. So unless I'm jumping timelines, or unless I'm a victim of the Mandela Effect, unless my concussion from the 5th grade has knocked me completely senseless. That's what I remember. So I want you guys to think about that shit. Because it's been creeping me out for quite some time, and I just wanted to put that out there. I'm not going to disappear. No one's going to make me disappear. None of that shit. But I specifically remember Freddie Mercury dying between 84 and 85. And I remember the Challenger blowing up in 85. Because I remember not too long after the Challenger came out, we went to go see Back to the Future with Michael J. Fox. Now, unless Michael J. Fox doesn't star in Back to the Future, then we got problems. So let's find out before I end this video. Christopher Lloyd and who else stars in Back to the Future, the first one? See? Michael J. Fox. How old was Michael J. Fox when the movie came out?
Michael J. Fox was 24 years old in 1985.
Okay. How old was Michael J. Fox when he was on Family Ties? Yeah, so it doesn't give me that information. How old was Michael J. Fox when he started on Family Ties?
He was 21 years old in 1982.
Okay. So, we got some stuff right. Again, what year did Back to the Future movie come out?
1985. According to Futurepedia, Fandom, the movie opened on July 3rd, 1985 and grossed $210 million at the U.S. box office, making it the highest-grossing film of 1985.
And what month did the Challenger blow up?
January 28, 1986. According to Britannica, Challenger disaster, explosion of the U.S. Space Shuttle Orbiter Challenger, shortly after its launch from Cape Canaveral, Florida, on January 28, 1986, which claimed the lives of 7 astronauts.
Yeah. I haven't forgotten that. Still swearing to God it was 1985, though. Well, I guess if you put the date since it said January, it could have changed to 1986. But there's no way in hell I'd have been 13 in the 5th grade. Makes you question that shit, right? You do the math. You let me know if you think I'm a victim of the Mandela Effect or if I'm switching universes. I mean, I'm hoping it's the Mandela Effect. But if I'm switching universes, I kind of like it here, so I plan on staying. Especially if there's a slight chance that I can get my dream girl, Zeta Zhang, to marry me. Be seeing ya. Oh, for the love of God.